of the Great Mother has been here for thousands of years, way before the white man stepped on the scene. It was here.
For that matter.
So keep that in mind.
True.
So now, all of these gods that we talking about, Tahuti, Osiris, Tefnut, the E9 gods, all of that, right? None of these gods exist. They are none other than aspects of you. They're coming through. You are the gateway. That is your okay. That's the black dot. That's the locus coeruleus, which is the blue spot in your brain. Okay, that's why second she had an ankh in her hand and she had a lotus in her hand. That represents neuromelanin. The lotus represents neuromelanin because that is the gateway. So none of these guys exist. They exist in you. They are different aspects of you.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are the God that you see. There is no one but you.
Thank you.
All of this was preserved in Egypt, in Kemet. I'm going to say Kemet. All of it was preserved in Kemet, and a lot of this stuff was taught in the ancient schools, the mystery schools, to raise up our children and to let our children know who they were, to educate them about the chakra systems, the murmurs, which is the 360 energy points that you have in your body, which is connected to consciousness. They knew about the 160 chakras in the 7 major ones. So it's just a lot of things that we would teach our children. Hey, you are God.
Yes,
you want to know? Go look in the mirror. So that's what the mystery school is about. Was teaching our children and raising up gods, and the church is none other than a knockoff version of it.
Oh no, to rock the gods to sleep. That's what the church is. To rock you right to sleep. Now, according to this, should we be embracing our shadow? Should we be tapping in more into the shadow? And is the shadow, I think that's what you said, is directly connected to the neuromelanin.
Yeah, your shadow is your double. That's your double. That is none other than your melanin. No soul, no shadow, no God. If you don't have no shadow, there's no God. And the shadow is another word for melanin. So it is important that you get acquainted with your shadow, because that is your double. And that is your what they call evil, to turn you away from your actual power.
I want you to finish your point before I bring on our set, because listen, you dropped the whole course right here. And I kind of want to stay here for a minute, because it's so imperative to know. Everyone's looking for this superpower, right? Everyone's looking, when are we going to get activated? When are we going to get our superpower, right? And it's that side of you, maybe, kind of, it could be, that you've been running from this whole time.
It's the darkness that you got to run to, because it's the divine. It's spirit. And so if you running away from darkness, you're basically running away from yourself.
Check this out.
Because that's where you come from. You come from the triple blackness of space. So why are you running from darkness?
Why are you running from yourself?
You're supposed to embrace that. The truth, they should fear you and what you could become. And that's what it is. They fear what you can become. That's why they demonize your divinity, your essence, and who you truly are. Like I said, Satan ain't none other than your lower self. Satan is divinity, which is sick. That's one of the divinities, one of the cosmic divinities. And Satan ain't nothing but a metaphor for an individual that's ignorant. That's it. An individual that lost his way.
Damn.
And it's your job to raise that divinity up, to wake him up and subdue him, so that way you can become soulful. Because your lower self, your higher self, represents Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt, because your body is Egypt. You represents Egypt. The body on a metaphysical tip, the body is called Egypt.
Okay. Now, what do you say to those that are saying that where we are right now in the Americas predate Egypt, like this Atlantis realm over here? And there seems to be this division going on between Atlantis and Egypt. And Atlantis gave birth to Egypt, and that whole thing that's going on right now about the indigenous ones over here in America. This is really Atlantis. This is Tahuti. This is his thing over here, and over there you had Amun-Ra. So what do you say to that?
Well, Amun-Ra is the hidden one, which is the hidden God, which is the soul. That's the sleeping Buddha that rests in the tomb, which is your rock. So you must raise up and awaken and resurrect this God within you. So Amun-Ra is just the hidden one. And as far as Kemet, what you got to understand is when the primordial sea first gave birth to everything, the first thing that came up out the waters was America. We the first landmass that came up out of the water, and this is a scientific fact. Every other landmass came up after. They don't like to talk about that, but this was the first land to come up out the waters. We are the cradle of civilization. It is not a Cuba line, which is Africa. We are. When we are indigenous to this land, we are the indigenous Indians. We are the Atlanteans, and we are the original Egyptians, the Kemetic people. That's us. Kemet, the black land. That is the land that you own right now. You in Egypt. You ain't never left Egypt.
Thanks for watching. For the full video, head over to our YouTube channel to dive deeper into the conversation. And if you'd rather listen to it on the go, catch the entire episode on Spotify, Apple, or Amazon Music. Catch you on the next live. If you would like to be a guest on the Stella Maris podcast, please contact me at info@sacredtea.net.